So this morning, I want to shed light on a topic that is often overlooked but carries significant dangers. And that topic is the perils of flattery. Flattery, which is defined as insincere or excessive praise, may seem harmless or even appealing at first glance, but in reality, it can be extremely detrimental to your personal growth, to your relationships, and of course to your overall well-being. One of the foremost dangers of flattery is its potential to distort reality. When you are constantly bombarded with excessive praise, it becomes difficult to distinguish genuine compliments from empty and vain words. You may also start to believe the flattery, inflating your ego and blinding yourself to your true flaws and weaknesses. So this distortion of reality prevents your personal growth and improvement as you become complacent and you become resistant to constructive criticism. And this concept is beautifully highlighted in the anecdote that I want to share with you this morning. So the anecdote goes that once a crow was sitting on a tree with a piece of meat in its beak. A hungry fox sat under the tree. Of course, he saw the crow sitting on the branch with a piece of meat in its beak. The clever fox wanted to have the piece of meat for himself. So he then hit upon a plan to accomplish his evil desire. His plan was, quite simply, to flatter the crow. So he said, "Hello, my friend, how are you this morning?" The crow did not say anything. The fox then tried to flatter the crow again, and he said, "Crows are such lovely and beautiful birds, and you are very charming as well." Again, the crow said absolutely nothing. The fox then said that, "I have heard that besides being beautiful, you also have a very sweet voice. Would you please sing a song for me?" The sweet words of the fox pleased the crow so much they became overwhelmed with joy. By now the crow started to believe what the fox was saying. And he said to himself, "You know what? The fox knows true beauty. I must really be the most beautiful bird in the whole world. I will definitely sing him a beautiful song." And with that thought in mind, as soon as the crow opened its mouth to sing a song, the piece of meat fell out from its mouth, and the clever fox quickly snapped it up and ran away. In the end, the crow paid a heavy price for his foolishness. The moral of the story, quite frankly, is only fools allow themselves to be flattered. Flattery poses the risk of manipulation and exploitation. Manipulators often employ flattery as a tool to gain control over you, to influence your decisions, or to even deceive others as well. They prey on your desire for validation, using excessive praise to manipulate your emotions and to make you more susceptible to their intentions. It is crucial to remain vigilant, to recognize when flattery is being used as a means to achieve ulterior motives. Praise, on the other hand, is an entirely different kettle of fish. Praise has a therapeutic effect on the receiver. It helps to restore a person's self-esteem. It gives hope. Praise is not flattery. Praise and flattery are entirely different, and there is a distinct difference between the two. The difference lies in the intent of words. You can praise someone for their actions or the lack of it, while flattery can be vague, undefined, and even false in certain instances. Flattering is buttering up. Flattery is based on an ulterior motive that only benefits the person doing the flattery. On the other hand, praise benefits the receiver by encouraging the receiver to see the positive side of life. Praise helps others to recognize their talents, to raise their self-esteem. It restores hope, and it tends to give one a certain level of direction in his life. Praise helps both the giver and the receiver. Praise is actionable. Flattery is baseless adoration. Praise encourages. Flattery deceives. Praise shows confidence. Flattery does not. Praise fosters trust, while flattery fosters mistrust. So you have to be careful when you receive compliments that amount to nothing. Flattery can be used to manipulate, it can be used to cheat, to deceive, and to hurt others. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentioned in one of his traditions that when you see those who flatter others, throw sand in their face. And one of the great Imams of the past, he went on to explain what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, meant by throw sand in their faces. It is an expression that when you hear a person flattering another person, you should express your rebuttal and you should show your disapproval. That is a very important aspect we must remember as we continue on with the journey of our lives. The question is, how can you protect yourself from the dangers of flattery? Number one, it is important that you cultivate self-awareness. Develop a deep understanding of your strengths and your weaknesses and your values. Embrace constructive criticism. Seek feedback from trusted individuals who genuinely have your best interest at heart. Surround yourself with authenticity. Surround yourself with the people who value honesty and who value sincerity. And people who are genuinely there to give you a good word about yourself. It is also important to practice discernment. Learn to distinguish between genuine praise and flattery. Evaluate the intentions behind the compliments and consider the context in which they are given. Foster a healthy sense of self-worth. Instead of focusing on what another person has to say about you, focus on your own personal growth, focus on your own accomplishments, and develop your own values. Build a strong sense of self-worth. Accept praise with skepticism. Don't allow praise or flattery to go to your head. Don't allow it to make you swell-headed. While, of course, it is good to hear praise, it is good to accept it with a pinch of salt. And finally, know who your true friends are, who your real friends are. If someone flatters you and you're unable to tell whether it is flattery or praise, double check with a true friend who can help you to see the difference. A good friend will puncture your inflated ego and bring you back down to earth, so to speak. So in conclusion, the dangers of flattery are far-reaching. And it can definitely have a very, very strong impact on your personal growth, your relationships, and your overall well-being by remaining aware, by cultivating authenticity, and by prioritizing genuine connections. You can protect yourself from falling prey to the allure of flattery. So this morning, learn to embrace honesty, learn to embrace constructive feedback, and a healthy sense of self-worth, which will then enable you to navigate the world with clarity and authenticity.